You guys, what is happening right now? I got up this morning and I came out into the entryway to my apartment and I found a Snickers bar in my shoe. Where did this come from? For anyone who doesn't know about St. Nicholas Day, that's probably a really confusing clip. So it is December 6th, it's St. Nicholas Day, and one of the traditions associated with St. Nicholas Day is leaving gifts or like little treats in people's shoes. Hence why someone put a Snickers in my shoe this morning. So today is actually going to be a really fun day. I'm going to go straight from work to my parents' house to have dinner with them. And then we are all going out to Bethesda, Maryland to see a production of The Tempest. And this is not just your ordinary production of The Tempest. This is a production with Roundhouse and the Folger Theater. It is directed by Penn and Teller, who are the really famous magician duo. And I'm looking at some information here. I'll show you it. And it has music from Tom Waits, who is one of my favorite songwriters, and also some choreography from Pilobolus, who is this really cool sort of acrobatic dance troupe. I remember reading about Pilobolus in Dance Spirit magazine when I was in high school. So I am really excited to see that, and that's going to be tonight. However, that does mean that I'm going to be going from one thing to the next today. I will probably take a nap at my parents' house before we go out to the play tonight, and I'm going to stay over at their house tonight. So obviously I won't be able to film any of the production itself, but I hope you'll enjoy what I am able to show you, and if you're in the area, I really hope you'll go and see it. I haven't even seen it yet. I already know it's going to be great. This is me from the next night. Obviously I'm in my pajamas. I've been editing this evening, and I realized when I sat down to edit that I forgot to film anything telling you how the play was. So just briefly I'll say The Tempest last night was incredible. Like really, I described it as mind-blowing. It is this really lovely rendition of The Tempest. There is magic in it, and it doesn't feel just like sort of simple illusions. There's some really impressive stuff in the version of the play that I saw last night. Like, you walk out of that theater, you can't explain anything that you just saw, but you know that it was good. And when I was talking to my family outside in the lobby afterwards, most of you might already know that I'm a little bit of a Shakespeare nerd. It's one of the subjects I know the most about. I've seen a lot of Shakespeare plays, read a lot of Shakespeare plays. I teach it every year. And it just really, watching this production, it just drove home for me how versatile Shakespeare was as a writer. You know, you think about his just slapstick comedies like Twelfth Night, which I taught last year, contrasted with the incredibly heartbreaking tragedies that he writes, things like Hamlet. And then also like history plays that have a lot of depth, a lot of conflict, and then these fantasies, these sort of absurd fantasies like The Tempest and like Midsummer Night's Dream. So I really found that to be impressive, and watching this renewed my love for that. I feel very grateful that we have shows like this in the Washington, D.C. theater scene. I think the Washington theater scene doesn't get enough credit because there are a lot of opportunities, really cool opportunities here for actors and sort of behind the scenes professionals in the theater. I'm really proud of the theater community that we have here in DC. And this really just proves that there's so many cool things you can do if you work in theater in DC. So if you live in the area, again, I'll put the link to the show in the description box. And if you are interested, I would recommend going to see it, and I would recommend getting a ticket fast because December is selling out. Like, it is almost sold out for December, and January, they extended it into January, and that is, people are buying up those tickets fast too. So definitely go, come back, comment, tell me what you thought of it. And that's where I'll wrap up the video for tonight. So good night, everybody.